Hey everybody, and for today's progressive programming workout, we're going to jump into a light little skill work. Last week we touched up on a little Turkish get up work. Today we're going to get into the scaled variation of last week's session and just work on some sandbag get ups. So the sandbag get up is a great exercise that's going to challenge our core strength and stability to get something heavy off the ground and into a standing position. Now, this could be practicing with your kids, your dog, another human being. But ultimately in today's session, let's try to leverage and use a sandbag if available. So we're going to complete 3 to 4 sets each side, rotating between building to a 1 rep max. Now, as far as the sandbag get up, if we don't have a sandbag or something that we can kind of progressively increase the load, then I would highly recommend playing around with some form of an object, whether it's a medicine ball, a bumper plate, a dumbbell, kettlebell, something. We can hold that weight at the shoulder and then transition from the ground to our lunge position and then to a standing position. We just want to make sure that we're moving through those positions with control and balancing that odd object. Now, again, our goal is to build to a heavy effort for the day. And as we progressively increase the load, we must be able to complete the weight on both sides before we do increase the weight. Now, if you're only able to get through 3 sets, that's fine. Just maximize your time in between and have fun with it. You know, this is a fun, interesting exercise that's going to take off some of the volume from our joints and focus on bringing more awareness into our core and how we're moving through such a functional movement pattern. Now, once we have finished off those sets, we're then going to jump into Annie. Now, Annie is a classic CrossFit benchmark workout that includes a high skill of double unders, along with some sit-ups. Now, this is going to be completing 4-time 50, 40, 30, 20, 10 reps of double unders and sit-ups. Now, ab mat sit-ups specifically. So looking at this workout, this is essentially one of those really quick workouts. And as we get into this one, we want to make sure that we're moving at a pace that's going to be sustainable throughout the whole round. So we're opening off with 50 double unders. Now, the reason why I say we want to emphasize working into this at a pace that we can sustain is primarily working on your breath, right? So if we find ourselves starting out that set of 50 and we're holding our breath for the first 15 to 20, 30 reps, we're kind of setting ourselves up for failure as we get into it. So find a rhythm and a breathing pattern that's going to be relaxed and kind of allow you to almost recover during the double unders. Now, make sure that as we are doing these double unders that we're maintaining good mechanics and not having an overbalance or kind of doing the donkey kick, because an inefficiency over the course of 150 reps is going to add up. And we want to make sure that we're keeping our body safe and healthy. So as we are bouncing on jumping those double unders, I always emphasize, think of it as more of a bounce than it is a jump. So we want to find a consistent, easy bounce that's just staying vertical, almost as if a pencil is bouncing up and down on the eraser. Keep your body in a nice straight line. And most importantly, breathe. If we're inconsistent with the double unders, then let's make sure that we are scaling this with a single under every 3 to 5 reps, do a double under. Now give yourself a number to sustain, whether it's alternating single, double for a total of 50 reps, or maybe we're going 5 or 4 singles with a double under every 5 for the first set of 50, and then maintain that same cadence or that same rhythm from the 50, 40, 30, 20, and 10. Try to stay consistent across the board. So then that way we have a baseline for the future time, the next time we see this workout. Now, going from the double unders into the ab mat sit-ups. Now, the ab mat sit-ups, don't underestimate them. Okay. So the ab mat sit-ups can be one of those things that catch up to you over time. And when we are doing a total of 150 reps, it will catch up. So make sure that as we get into these sit-ups that we are using our upper body and using as much of our body to generate as much force, so that way we're not just isolating our abdominals. We want to think about getting our shoulders and our arms involved, so then that way we can keep moving. If we are isolating our abdominals, we're going to find ourselves hitting a point of failure and then slowing down pretty dramatically. So keep moving. And if you need to modify this, then what we can do is consider scaling the reps by eliminating maybe the round of 40 and then maybe the round of 20. So it's going to come down to you as an individual and talk to your coach to figure what is the best approach to this workout for you personally. But make sure that we are tracking it because this is a benchmark workout and you will see it again. That's it for today. Have fun.